Joining me now is Rob Bills. He's the Managing Director and CEO of Emmerson Resources. Hello, sir.
Good morning, Mark.
So let's find out more about your company and your assets. You've got this joint venture at Tennant Creek in NT, Australia. You've made some high-grade discoveries at Hermitage and Golden 40. You've got 4 early-stage projects in New South Wales, and on top of that, a gold royalty business, somewhat unusually. So explain that for us.
Certainly. So look, primarily we're a copper-gold exploration company. We're focused on 2 of the best areas, the exploration hotspots in Australia. So the Tennant Creek mineral field in the Northern Territory and over in New South Wales in the Macquarie Arc. So we're basically got 2 components to the business. Explorers don't necessarily make good producers. So what we've done is we stick to our knitting. We do the exploration and discoveries, and then they flip across into what we call a mining joint venture, where our joint venture partner does the mining and processing, and we get a 6% gold production royalty.
Now, you're in the midst of a strategic review, and you did this because you were disappointed with how the market was perceiving the story. So how are you going about unlocking value?
So look, we believe that we're well underdone in terms of valuation, and that particularly the royalty business is hidden. I think at the moment the royalty business is emerging. It requires our joint venture partner to bring in the mill, which is happening this year. So as we speak today, the Tennant Creek mineral field, all of those assets, all of those discoveries we've made are stranded. So I think over time the value will come out, but this strategic review is looking at the aspect of trying to unlock some more value in Emmerson, both on the exploration front from the discovery side, but also on the royalty side. And that's one of the key reasons why we're over in North America. As you know, the royalty business in Australia doesn't get a lot of traction. Over in North America, it's big business. A 6% gold production royalty is a big deal. As you know, the normal royalty rates are 1 to 2%. So a 6% gold production royalty, very low risk to Emmerson shareholders, is a fantastic business.
Now, Rob, to use your language, you've used the word cracker to describe some of your drilling results at Hermitage and Golden 40 as well. You've got more assay results to come, more drilling to come. So tell us about some of these catalysts investors can expect.
Yes, well, look, Tennant Creek really is the home of the high-grade gold and copper deposits. They're iron oxide copper gold, very, very high grade. I mean, I think the average grade in the Tennant Creek mineral field's around 15 odd grams per tonne. Previous explorers, Normandy, you might recall back in the 60s, that's where they made all their money. So they are really high-grade deposits. We've had some terrific discoveries. In fact, the Hermitage discovery, which is not in the joint venture area, is north of Tennant Creek. We made last year, and it ranked as the 3rd best drill intersection in the world, and it was 98 metres at about 3.4% copper, had about 0.58 grams gold. We went back and we did an angled diamond hole underneath it, and it turned out at 95 odd metres at about 5.6 grams gold and 4% copper. And in that had some very high grade cobalt and bismuth. So it sort of plays also into the battery metal theme of copper, cobalt and bismuth. And I guess to top that off, we announced some fantastic results late last year before the wet season at a project called Golden 40, which is in the joint venture, and that was 28 metres at 28 grams. So another cracker, zone of high grade gold. More results from that are coming out in the next couple of weeks, actually. So there's plenty of news flow. We've also over in New South, which we haven't talked very much about, we're drilling a porphyry copper deposit. So as we speak today, we're on hole number 2. So lots of news flow coming.
For sure, very good. Now, lastly here, Rob, you have a science background, and you're taking a science-based approach to identifying targets, and in part you're doing this by pioneering this Helitum drone system, which you've been using for more than a decade. So how and why is this so effective?
Look, Mark, the deposits in Tennant Creek, as I said, are iron oxide copper gold. So the gold and the copper are within a very magnetic body. So magnetite is obviously picked up by aeromagnetics. All the historic aeromagnetics were done by fixed wing plane, high off the ground, spaced lines. We're flying the drone on 10-metre spaced lines, 15 metres off the ground, very, very high resolution data, which allows us to vector in very efficiently and effectively on the deposit. So it's a real breakthrough, to be able to use the drone much cheaper, and the results are just absolutely fantastic. But in addition to that, we've got a number of tools in our toolkit that previous explorers haven't used. We're using some seismic. We're also using what we call fertility indices. So it's a geochemical fertility indice that allows us to ascertain whether, when we drill a hole into an iron oxide body, whether it's likely to be mineralised or barren. So we can tell very early on in our drill program to continue or to stop. So those sort of things have made an absolute huge advantage to us in Tennant Creek.
Well, thanks for telling us more about Emmerson Resources today, Rob.
Great pleasure. Thank you, Mark.
All right, Rob Bills, he's the Managing Director and CEO at Emmerson Resources.